You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Weigh in. Donald Trump sent that tweet out today talking about we should delay the election. What do you make of Steve Calabresi, co-founder of the Federalist Society, Trump supporter, writing in the New York Times, quote, "I have voted Republican in every presidential election since 1980, including voting for Donald Trump in 2016. I wrote op-eds in a law review article protesting what I believe was an unconstitutional investigation of Robert Mueller. I also wrote an op-ed opposing President Trump's impeachment. But I am frankly appalled by the president's recent tweet seeking to postpone the November election. Until recently, I had taken as political hyperbole the Democrats' assertion that President Trump is a fascist. But this latest tweet is fascistic and is itself grounds for the president's immediate impeachment again by the House of the Representatives and is removed from office by the Senate." Anybody? Thoughts?
I was in law school when Professor Calabresi, they started the Federalist Society. I'll just keep it very quickly. What the Federalist Society, who is responsible for most of those right-wing judges on the Supreme Court, what he's doing is trying to save their little nasty white nationalist project. They're trying to make it look like Trump is somehow an outlier. He ain't no outlier. He is representative of what y'all been doing the last 50 years. And so what he's trying to do is get ahead of this. It's just like the Lincoln Project. That's all that is. That's all it is.
So what he's trying to do, Erica, here is say impeach Trump so we can have Pence on the ballot?
Absolutely. And I think that Dr. Carr brought that forward a few weeks ago when we were talking. And that is why, and I'm so glad that everyone is tuned in, and I hope everybody continues to absorb these conversations that we're having and to absolutely empower other people as we prepare to go to the ballot box in 95 days or do your mail-in ballot at home, is that this is not just about the son of a Klansman that is occupying the White House. This is an entire regime, and Mike Pence included, who is the president of the Senate, who is the reason that there is a Betsy DeVos, because he issued the tie-breaking vote, and Betsy DeVos becoming the most unqualified or one of the most unqualified secretaries of education. He is responsible for 13 tie-breaking votes, and that includes putting people, I think it's now 203 federal judges on the bench right now. We're also talking about the leaders in chief of federal agencies, all of these different people that have worked together to tip the scales of America towards authoritarianism and fascism. That is who we are firing. It is an entire regime. And so I'm with Dr. Carr. When I actually did read this and I saw it, and I thought to myself, just along with the Lincoln Project, and Dr. Lawson brought this forward, talking about writing of history, we have to reconcile with what actual history is. And actual history is when Dr. Lawson brought forward how Ronald Reagan decimated housing for Black folks, that we can't pretend like the 1980s did not happen. The Republican Party that we're seeing right now that is really kind of scrambling to try to save what they believe to be a very still grand old party does not exist. And so, I push back on all of this foolishness that he had to say, because when the House when the House did impeach Donald Trump, it was because of one of those articles was abuse of power. He's been doing it freely since he was president-elect.
Reese.
This guy is full of shit. Let's just be honest. This is nothing more than a PR campaign. There have been literally thousands of off-ramps for any so-called Republican of conscience. So this is not anything more beyond the pale than what we've seen literally hundreds of times, even since this pandemic has started. Literally, the Trump regime, as Erica put it, has been putting troopers on our American streets, violating the sovereignty of these individual states. That's authoritarianism and it's fascism. Okay, so this whole notion that, oh, this tweet sent me over the edge, they're full of shit, especially when you come from the party that is the party of voter suppression, the party of gerrymandering. And you have, there was one more thing that I wanted to say. Oh, like Erica said, you have your 200 judges now, Federalist Society. So sure, if you can distance yourself from from Donald Trump and your 2 Supreme Court justices, then maybe this is a little bit of damage control on your fault. But what we cannot do, as Dr. Lawson, pointed out brilliantly today, is we cannot allow these white nationalists, the white nationalist party, as Dr. Carr put it, to rehabilitate their images in real time. We can't allow them to do it, to rehabilitate it with memes and catchy videos and ads and op-eds. They are just as much accountable and co-conspirators in this Trump regime and this fascism that we're seeing today. They have the blood on their hands, and we cannot let them write their way out of it.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Black-owned businesses right here on Roland Martin Unfiltered, and the folks at Ceek.com, a company founded by inventor Mary Spio. They have a couple of products that you can also get. They have their VR, their virtual reality headsets, which allows for you to place your phone inside of this device and look at the content on Ceek.com in virtual reality. It's as if you're sitting in the room. You can also get these headsets, 360-degree 4D headphones, which gamers love. It allows for you, this Bluetooth. You can have a headset to talk as well, to take phone calls. Amazing, amazing sound. Go to Ceek.com, CEEK.com, and you can simply use the promo code RMVIP2020, RMVIP2020, to get both of these products.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have, you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.